Learning Objective 3 deals with filing status. There are several different filing statuses that a taxpayer can qualify for. You don't get to choose your filing status. Basically, you'll qualify for one of them, or one of them will apply to you typically. Um, the only exception is married people can choose to file jointly or separately. So these are the 5 filing statuses right here, and this key facts section kind of outlines each one specifically. Uh, Generally, married filing joint is more advantageous than filing separately. You disqualify yourself for several um, benefits, tax programs that are out there if you choose to file separately. So just kind of read through these descriptions, and you have to be able to decide whether or not a taxpayer fits into these categories. The most complicated one is head of household, although I will say it's a little bit tricky to understand what happens when a spouse dies during the year. I'll just run through that with you basically right now. If a spouse dies during a tax year, say 2010, then the other spouse can file married filing jointly in 2010. Okay, even though that spouse has been dead for a portion of the year. What happens then is, in the next 2 years, as long as that surviving spouse is taking care of a kid, in the household, then that person can file as a qualifying widow or widower. The surviving spouse can file as this status right here, and that will get the person a bigger standard deduction. So it's kind of a nice little, you know, our condolences, type thing from the government. If you're not taking care of a kid, then you're just single. And obviously if you get married, in one of those 2 years following the other spouse's death, then you go back to married joint with your new spouse. So read through these filing statuses and make sure you can apply them. Head of household, this is basically where a single person is taking care of a household with at least one dependent. So you have to kind of read through those and see when head of household would apply, and single and so forth. So that one's not going to be all that tough for you, I don't think.